Okay, so take two.
Upon her assessment that she gives to the family, Josh is a skeptic.
Well,
He's a skeptic. He says, this is dangerous.
right.
This is
Exploitive
for a
of
sick
the
child.
situation, of their situation. They
Uh
just
huh.
felt like they were taking advantage, and
And he asked them to leave.
yep,
And
did not
and
did not believe the explanation. Did not like the further explanation or any of that malarkey.
right,
You can take your further and shove it
right.
there.
And
So,
Renee, his wife, is understandably really upset by him just giving it a no,
yeah, she just bounced
a pass.
out.
Yeah.
She just bounced out.
Yeah.
She was done. So,
But I mean, he was like saying, I'm on your side. I moved houses for you. We let her come in and say these things. It's like, but this just doesn't seem right to me.
right.
But he has a change of heart. He has a change of heart. He goes to his son's room, who's still in a
Right.
coma-like state, we'll say.
Talk to me. Talk
Yeah.
to me, son. Talk to me, comatose son.
Yeah. And so he sees that his son is actually drawing pictures of his adventures in astral projection.
Not in the further.
Right. And he now is a believer. I guess he has a change of heart and is now a believer and says, okay, let's call Elise back. Call Elise back.
Not a believer. Justin Lee. No. But, yeah, okay.
I'm not.
Alright. Okay.
So they call Elise back and they decided they're going to have a seance.
Not Elise. No, I'm just kidding. That was already done.
Yeah, been done.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Get some new material.
So they call Elise back.
They call Elise back. They're going to do a seance. And this is a really creepy seance, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
with
just
a
down with it.
Gas mask contraption, light bulbs going off, gas mask. And you can't really hear what's being said, but the nerdy guy is dictating. And so they have a seance because they're trying to connect to Dalton in the further. She's trying to use her connection, and she does. They hear Dalton. Dalton says he can't see in here, and he wants her to be quiet because they're going to hear her. He's afraid, obviously, and he's stuck. He can't get out. And he needs help.
Right.
Help.
Right.
And the next thing you know, something else is coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hearing you, beep, 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 you bitch,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you, gut you, eat your guts.
Not very nice.
Yeah. And we presume that this is the bride in black who has tormented Elise since she discovered her when Josh was a child. And the bride in black has said, I am going to kill you. I'm going to kill you one of these days. And she believed it, too.
Yeah, she said it with conviction.
And then the next thing you know, Dalton is standing behind them, out of bed, mobile,
Right.
but with subhuman strength, supernatural strength, with the strength of the demon.
That's totally normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally that's why I'm like, okay, so that was a natural progression. I saw that.
So that you see the demon using Dalton's body to I guess prove a point, like that he is mine now.
Right.
And this is my power that I can bestow through him.
Right.
And it basically shows him destroying the room, throwing the table, throwing people, like backhanding people, and they fly right across. Subhuman strength. And
not something to be effed with.
Right. And Elise is fighting back, leave this vessel.
Yeah.
And they were able to, for the moment, calm things down.
Subdue the situation.
But then it is decided that Josh himself now must go
into the further.
Further.
Must go here and then just a little bit
further. Into the further. He needs to go into the further because he himself is the only one that can go into the further and get his son back.
Of course.
Bring his son back to his body.
Of course.
And he's still skeptical. He's like, I can't do this. I don't even think I can do this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know, whatever. You know.
So he sits down, gets ready to be hypnotized or falls asleep, or he astral projects is what
Whatever's
he does.
gonna
Surprise,
happen.
surprise, he can
Whatever.
still astral
Just let
project.
me know when we can call the real police, okay? Like, that's who we need to be calling right now.
And it's so nice that they let them go into the further with a lantern.
Do you have
No
that
doubt.
lantern?
And poor Dalton didn't have a lantern, but somehow
That's his fault.
Elise has gifted him this lantern
Somebody give him a lantern. I mean, shit.
to navigate through
Have you been to
the
the
further.
I haven't been, but the movie makes it look terrifying without a lantern. Terrifying. Look at the people who
So
don't
we
have
are,
a,
for the first
look
time-
at the people in this who don't have a lantern. And you'll know what it's like to not have a lantern.
Right. It's spooky. It's spooky.
It's the further.
Um,
Beyond
now,
the further.
this is the first time that we get to really see ghosts, the dead. The dead.
What we're dealing with, yes.
Yes. So she says to try to act as if you are one of them, because if they sense that you're not one of them, they will come for your physical body.
That makes sense. I mean, you want to act dead, and I do.
While he's in the further,
I
like
do that every day.
don't make
Don't whistle. Don't be. I woke her up. Oops.
So it's like tread lightly. Go in and tread lightly, and
Blend in.
just go in as fast as you can and get out. Basically, get in, get out. So
that was my high school name.
Yeah, get in, get out. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So he's where you're seeing all the creepiness that is the ghosts that are living in his house. And it's like the further is basically you can walk through the house in the further while your body is in,
I just trying to.
Which I just thought was weird. So it's kind of like a mirrored.
Well, I thought it was weird too.
It's
Just
kind of a
not-
mirrored dimension that they're in. Is what I'm trying to describe.
Like the Barney Fife, like.
Okay. He has a fight at the red door. He makes his way.
The bouncer. Like, I thought that was his bouncer. I thought that was, like, whatever fucking Babadook's fucking bouncer. The Baba Douncer.
And he starts to get his ass kicked.
He was getting stomped, and then she was like, don't forget.
Elise gives him some psychic words.
Not Elise.
Stop it. That's why I want to hit you with this pen.
Okay. But Elise says, don't forget, you're alive. You're more powerful because you're alive. And it's just like, boom! So he just pushes this dude, just fucking
He whoops ass.
duck farted him into the unknown.
Yeah.
Kicks in the door.
Right.
He's coming in, guns blazing.
Guns blazing, sees his son. We have
Chained
now
up.
entered into the demon's lair, and he gets to see for the first time the demon.
Did you ever play Dragon Slayer?
No. Never.
It was a good game.
Was it? What year? What year?
It was 1985. It was made by Don Bluth.
1985?
Don Bluth.
So I was like 2?
If you went to an arcade back in the day, you would
No,
see
I did
Dragon
not.
Slayer. You
No.
all know. You oldies know what I'm talking about. Us old folk. Remember when we got the going on? We'll put it. I lost.
Aww.
Oh. Okay.
So this is where he really gets to see in person the demon. He is seeing the creepy demon in his lair, sharpening his nails, listening to his Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim is very terrible. Look him up.
Dalton is chained. Dalton is a chained captive.
Yeah, he's chained up. And
so
Dad comes in and he's like, "Oh, we gotta get you out of here." Obviously,
yeah,
can't be chained up in the demon's lair.
And as he's trying to break the locks, here is the demon ready to fight, 100% ready to fight Father to keep his son.
You know what that reminded me of was Wayne's World. Do you remember Wayne's World 2 when she's like getting married to what's his face, and he has to come in? Oh God, no! And he's hitting against the window. No, no! And it's the wrong wedding. And you're like, sorry, sorry. But that's what I thought of when that monster was like on the window, like, oh, I'm creepy, and now I'm behind you.
I'm right here. No, I'm over here.
It's a good trick.
So they basically they fight their way out of the lair. They fight their way back through the further with their lantern, father and son together. They are racing for home.
Lantern.
My blue lantern.
My blue light.
He tells his son, grab the light.
It's a bug light is what it is.
And they have to fight their way back to their bodies because they have to reconnect into their body.
That sounds like any given Saturday night for me. Just trying to get back to
unfortunately,
my body.
The dead is now aware that they are there and they are not supposed to be there, and they're coming. They're following them. The dead is following them. Dalton gets back into his physical body and he is awake, but the father stops and is seeing the bride in black. She is taunting him, and he is now feeling very brave and telling her, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, what do you want from me?
That's all I told my bride in black. Yeah.
And I always wonder why you say stuff like that. So he has this encounter with the bride in black, and which basically he loses his physical body to.
That was not a good battle.
Oh no, it's not his physical body; it's his spiritual body to the bride in black, and now his body is taken over, is possessed. So he comes back, but he comes back possessed.
And they don't know that until Elise
notices,
and she takes the picture, and he's not happy about that at all. I think he went. Like, I don't like people taking my pictures. I don't think I'm choking somebody out over it. I might. I'm drunk enough. Yeah. But he definitely went way too far. Yeah. He could have just said no pictures.
And you can see it. His whole demeanor changes. He snatches the camera back and
I was like, why is he
immediately
so
strangles her.
Why is he so angry? Yeah.
Strangles her and puts his foot up on the chair and leverage.
Yeah, and then it's just like full on strangulation. But then we find out that it's not him.
And Elise is dead. The son they're all kind of doting over the son, Dalton in the kitchen. And Renee thinks she hears something, so she goes out to the living room and she sees that Elise is
been choked out.
Yeah.
Taking a dirt nap.
Yeah. And she looks at the camera. And what does she see? Instead of Josh, the picture is actually
she looks at the camera.
The bride in black.
It's the bride in black.
Yeah. So now we know that Elise knew that it was the bride in black. She made good on her promise. She killed her. And
didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Josh is now evil dad, evil Josh. Right. But Dalton is back.
Josh, where are you? Josh, where are you? And then it's just like, I'm right here. And then that's how it ends.
Yeah.
That was like the
Yeah.
Blair Witch. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
leading into Insidious 2 and
Yeah,
into the further.
we
go.
We ran some of those. That was pretty interesting. After you can't just start with
what
one.
would you? And of course, Insidious goes Insidious 2. There's Insidious 3. There's Insidious 4. The Last Key. So it goes on and on and on. We only have watched
got
the first one for this
in
review.
the series for me.
My favorite is the second one. I think Insidious 2 really it hits you with a bang. It starts with a bang. It goes bang, middle, bang, end. Beginning, middle, and end. It's just high, scary, further, murderous. We really find out who the bride in black is.
Yeah, you get some backstory.
You get way more backstory on Josh as a child and the mother. So anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would give Insidious.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I really do enjoy the Insidious franchise, The Conjuring. I like all the James Wang movies.
The Wang movies.
The Wang Chung tonight.
The Wang Doodles. The Wang Dang Doodles.
So I give it a 7.
I'll give it a strong 7.
Okay.
I was torn between a 7 and an 8. Only because it. It just brought something different to the table.
Yeah, a totally different form of horror.
Right.
Than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which we had just watched before.
Yeah,
so,
it didn't fall in the slasher category. It didn't fall completely into the paranormal. Although it is pretty much paranormal, isn't it? Like it's
100%.
demonic, but it's demonic paranormal.
Yeah.
Because there's demons and dimensions that we don't know about, and so it falls into like
the dead,
Event Horizon,
the living, and the dead.
Falls into Event Horizon category of like it's
your spiritual soul, your physical body. Yeah. So we both gave it like a strong 7.
Maybe,
wow, this is the first time we've agreed.
Maybe a 7.5 even. It might have gotten an 8. I thought it was that good.
Awesome.
It was a late bloomer for me. I didn't get into the series till later. So the whole Insidious, Annabelle, all those movies I didn't get into. The Wang series. The Wang series I didn't get into. So, and then we can touch on Texas Chainsaw very briefly. Or do you
we can. Sure. We can touch on that.
Because we had already talked about it on a previous video. It went a little long and we were kind of out of sync. So we kind of shit-canned it, and so we're just going to touch base on it because everybody's seen it. We've done it. You've done it.
1974.
OG, the only one, and I was saying that in the first video. This is the only one that I consider. So the other ones might say Texas Chainsaw, but they are not in the same category as this. So just quickly to like overrun it, it's got Leatherface. It's about a cannibal family. It's about Ed Gein. Loosely based on Ed Gein. Leatherface is, we've talked on the other videos, he's on the Pantheon. He's up there with Mike Myers. He's up there with Voorhees. He's up there with Krueger. Those are the 4 for me. And
we also heard that the low budget that they used actually got them the highest 30 million.
Yeah, so it was $130,000 budget, and they made easy for me to say, and then it made 30 million. Turned around and made $30 million. So that's fucking ridiculous. So kudos to that.
So it's COG. It's COG. If you haven't seen it, you need to go see it. It's horror 1974. 5 friends go to Texas. Go on a trip to Texas because they hear that their family graveyard may have been vandalized.
It's an innocent enough story. They're just coming out to make sure Grandma and Grandpa's remains are okay and that nothing's been stolen. So everything was fine with that. And they've got their usual town of crazies, and so they're driving through the country and they see a hitchhiker and they go in to pick him up. He's a crazy fella, and he's got a little birthmark on his face.
Yeah,
it's got like Paraguay.
He's weird right off the bat. He's weird. They sense that he's weird.
And he's acting weird, and so it doesn't take very long for them to figure out that this gentleman is just not mentally all there. He takes Franklin, the guy that's in the wheelchair, he takes his knife from him, fucking cuts himself open with it. So they're just like, whoa, okay, so we get it. You're fucking nuts. We didn't need you to cut yourself to figure that out.
Yeah.
So, and then the guy takes a picture of him and tries to charge him for it. That doesn't go well because they're not going to pay for it. He sets the picture on fire.
Right.
And there's shit going on. He pulls out his knife. He ends up having a blade on him, a fucking old-timey, like, shaving razor.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking cuts Franklin's arm. They pull over, throw his ass out.
Yeah.
Move on down the road.
They're like, this is why you don't pick up a hitchhiker.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, we shouldn't.
I'm trying to kill you.
Like, we're gonna do that, and then we did it. So they picked up the hitchhiker. That didn't go well.
Then they kicked him out.
And then they got no gas. They're starting to run out of gas. We need to get to a gas station. So they stop off at this Hickory gas station.
Which has no gas, but they got some couple characters.
They got a couple of weirdos there. They got the bucket dude that was staring at the sun.
The bucket dude.
And the guy that apparently runs the place that we'll later find out is tied in with the family.
Who just follows the guy who runs the place.
Back and forth, yeah. Every time he goes to talk to the kids at the van, you know, oh yeah, we got some good barbecue here. You should hang out. While they're talking, he's scrubbing the car, and then when he stops talking and comes back in, he always taps the front of the van, and the guy comes over like a dog, like Pavlov.
But his only job is to wheel that bucket over to the car, wash the windows, and wheel that bucket
wheel
back.
it right back, and it was pretty funny. So anyway, so they go to this place. They're saying, hey, we got to go find this place, but, you know, there's no gas here. What the fuck are we going to do? Should hang out. The guy's trying to get them to hang out. They don't hang out. They head off on the road. They're going to their house. They're going to go check out the house that they grew up in or some shit.
Right, the abandoned house of her grandparents.
They have nowhere else to go. They have nothing else to do, so why not? So they went there, and they're checking it out, and they end up splitting off. Two of them go off to what we'll say fuck, because why are you bringing a blanket?
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Exactly. They say, we'll see you in an hour. left him outside in the grass in his wheelchair with no accessibility into the house where everyone went.
Yeah.
And then two actually left, so he's just out there by himself, having a fit.
Franklin was my hero. Like I said, I said a lot about him in the first video, but the short and long of it, his fit that he has downstairs where he's like when he's doing that, and then there's this stupid voice. Sorry for me, but so they go off. They're gonna go fuck. Who knows what the other ones are doing? And the guy hears a fucking generator. He's like, oh yay, gas. They go off to the fucking house. He goes inside, clubbed over the head by fucking Leatherface. Slams the door. Bitch gets fucking, she wants to know what's going on. What's going on? Goes into the house, falls into some fucking bones and shit. She starts freaking out, making noise. Why are you making noise? And then she like tries to run out of the house.
Right.
Leatherface, boom, on the meat hook, boom. And
so one by one, Leatherface slowly dispatches all 5 of the teenagers that came.
Yep, and then,
leaving but one.
Yeah, Sally.
The final girl.
The headlight girl. She got nips akimbo the entire time. No bras, which was great. No bras, no problem.
And so she was actually the sister of the guy in the wheelchair, of Franklin in the wheelchair. And he gets obviously killed as well. She's the only survivor.
In the wheelchair, just like he's a dead duck.
But they knock her out, right? Or she runs off. Then they catch her. Knock her out, bring her back.
Right, she gets away. She comes back. She's tied up at the table.
The table. She wakes up at the table.
Before that, they had her in a chair. They cut her finger. They put it in the fucking deceased grandfather's mouth.
You get to meet the rest of the family now.
Yeah, the weirdo family. Yeah, there's a deceased grandfather. Like, I'm trying not to give too much away because I didn't think about it. Maybe some people haven't watched this, and I don't want to spoil it because it is fucked up. You should watch this.
It is.
But the deceased
for the times for the 70s, it's fucked up.
But there's a decrepit grandfather upstairs that is fucking kissing death, and they brought his ass downstairs. And they cut her open and put her finger in his mouth, and he's sucking on the thing like a baby. And he's literally like doing this kind of shit. It is the creepiest shit, like slow-mo on it, if you want to have a really like awkward evening with yourself. So then,
I mean, they are cannibalistic, psychopathic murderers.
Yeah, they are
and
definitely.
They are cooking up people for the barbecue.
For their barbecue joint. And so, so she wakes up after the finger sucking incident. at the table, and they're just fucking with her, and she's going in full psycho mode now. She's fully like losing her mind. She needs to get out of this. And so they're like, oh, let's let Grandpa kill her. He was the best. So they give
because they used to work at the slaughterhouse, and they used a hammer.
He used to kill him in one lick. Like, she's like, would have got. He did 60 in 1 hour or some shit, like something sick. He said it would have been. He would have done more if the hook and barrel boys would have gotten him out of the way. Would have got the hogs out of the way faster. It was like
right.
I was like, wow, okay, that guy's a killer. So they're sitting there and they put her over the buck. They cut her out of the chair, which was dumb, because now she's free. It's like dumb. They could have just and just moved on, but no, they wanted to fuck with her and let Grandpa fuck with her, and now the Grandpa's like trying to do it. And he clubs her a couple times.
I'm surprised Grandpa didn't try to hump her. You know,
I don't know why there was a rape, why there wasn't a raping. That had to be the hottest chick they've seen in probably 40 years. But anyway, I see a good raping.
Yeah,
I'm like, you take the raping.
Yeah. Oh, you take it.
I think that's the point.
No,
of it anyway. It's the tail point of it. So anyway, they fucking hold her over the bucket, and they're trying to club her, and the whole time that fucking knifey dude from the van, he's getting really frustrated. He's like, keep me at it. So she breaks free and just busts out of the window and starts running, and she's getting cut up by him, and Leatherface is hot on the trail. Truck comes down, fucking the trucker gets out, grabs a wrench, fucking throws it at fucking Leatherface, hit him squall in the face, and he's like, "Burn!" And then the fucking like, "Burn!" He's like fucking cuts himself up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gets back up, and they're booking it, and then all of a sudden a blue truck comes up. Whoop! Fucking Rooster tails back around, fucking snatches her up. The truck driver for some reason keeps running. I don't know why. He didn't want to get in the truck. He didn't want to be saved.
He didn't. They were after her. He was going that way. If she was going that way, he was going that way.
He was a hoe that didn't want to be saved. So she gets in the truck, escapes death. I totally forgot to mention, Knife Boy gets just fucking demolished.
Yeah.
A truck, 18-wheeler, the guy that was driving that 18-wheeler, the black dude that got out and hucked it. Yeah, he smoked that dude. I mean, he was under all tires. I don't think he's getting back up.
No, he's roadkill.
So he did. And
they'll probably scrape him up and put him in a stew or something.
They don't waste nothing.
Because they don't waste nothing.
They don't waste nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They take the head and they
make the head cheese.
Boil it down.
The tendons, the muscles, everything.
They use all of it. Head cheese.
You like it, don't you?
My brother makes the best head cheese.
You really like it, don't you? Oh, yeah, that stuff's good.
My brother makes the best. Okay, dude. All right.
So the final girl, Sally, she jumps into the blue pickup truck, the back of it. She's gone, but you see the famous scene where Leatherface is wielding his chainsaw, and you just can tell that the Leatherface will live on, but she is now fully traumatized. All of her friends are dead, including her brother, her boyfriend.
Yeah, they all got hacked up.
Yeah. Pretty
brutally. She watched her brother get hacked up, actually. She watched him eat the fucking chainsaw. So that was fucked up.
Yeah. Really. On a scale of 1 to 10.
This gets like royal treatment for me. This gets 9.
Ooh, wow. I was going to say 8.
As a trendsetter, as just doing something different and being like, we're going to do this.
As an original.
And I don't give a fuck, and we did it with
an original in a world now of remakes.
And we did it with no money.
And they did it with no money.
No fucking money, which tells you right there, as long as you can build the mood and work shots right and use what you have, like, and give a shit, like, you can make a damn good movie. And this movie's like, it's right up there.
Really?
It really does show how to make a movie with nothing.
Yeah.
It's a guy in a smock. I've watched documentaries on how they made it. It was so balls hot out there, like that shit.
Oh, right. And that fun fact I said that her blood was actually real blood.
It was hard for them to film. Like, him running around with the chainsaw was super dangerous. Like, they took the blade off in some of those scenes. They took the blade off.
I didn't know that.
That's a naked. Because one time, no, he bit it going around a corner one time. He bit it and fucking almost got himself with it on. And they were like, nope, take that shit off. They took the chain off. So a lot of those scenes, if you look carefully, you can see that.
Oh
it's
wow,
just like,
that's cool too. Yeah, I love
So-
those fun facts. Those things that maybe nobody really knew. So tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we will be talking about The Silence of the Lambs, day
we
6.
won't be talking about the day after tomorrow.
No, not the
the
day
movie,
after
because I
tomorrow,
was
but
like-
our upload.
No, I
Silence of the
meant the movie.
Lambs. I know you did.
Oh, okay.
Silence of the Lambs and Strangers.
You know the movie?
You
The
know.
day, it's not gonna matter. The day after tomorrow.
So yeah, so this was Insidious and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and like I said, our next 2 that are up are gonna be
Silence.
of the Lambs, Clary, and Strangers, which you haven't seen.
No.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be. I'll be getting my
That'll be fun.
Strangers Virgin.
How do you want to end it? Thank you for watching. Tune in day after
Give
tomorrow.
me thumbs up.
Oh, thumbs up, like,
You
subscribe,
could talk shit at the bottom.
Hit
of the
that
video.
bell.
I don't like his hair.
subscribe.
I don't like his face. You could be. Don't be specific like that though. But you can attack me if you want.
Leave a comment. Tell us what you liked or
What you
didn't like.
liked? What did you like? It's always hard to say what you liked. You're like, I didn't like his voice. I didn't like that dog. The fucking dog. If
They
you
didn't
want
get to see the dog in
if
this
you want
one.
to put a complaint, don't you roll over. You're not cute.
No,
Don't.
but we filmed this
Don't.
before that didn't turn out, and we had Callie in it a lot, my little dog, and we don't have her in this.
We
this
don't
one.
need her
We don't.
in this one.
Not this one. I had
What
this
the
one.
hell?
I had this one noted
Oh
up.
my God. Look at her. Look at this stupid. Oh my.
She knows
God.
you're talking about her.
Making me sick.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Vote, subscribe.
Vote.
Vote, bro. Vote it, bro.